another Saturday with the Watchdogs on our Black Media Network. And if you don't know what today is and you somewhere sleeping under a rock, some people say it's Georgia, Florida weekend. What's going on, Bernard?
Hey, what's going on, young man? How you doing?
Hey, I don't know if I'm young, but I'm here.
Yeah. You're younger than me.
Look, man, so I'm excited. Down the street in Jacksonville, they're getting hyped, getting ready to make some gator meat. But we got to talk about we got 1 week away, almost 1 week away Tuesday from the election here in Savannah. And, we talk a little broader on the Watchdogs about issues, but one topic that we've been hearing, America, is certain candidates talk about civility. So I'm going to give the definition of civility, and we're going to talk about that for the hour today. But civility, I think, the definition I'm looking at, y'all, civility is defined as formal politeness and courtesy in behavior or speech. That formal politeness and courtesy in behavior or speech. What's your thoughts on that?
Hey. Man, it's like this here, RG. I'm you know what? I've been getting a lot of phone calls, email, text, everything. People that don't know me now.
Yeah.
They mostly know me as Coach, Coach Brown, Coach. They never thought that I will be I'm not into politics. I'm not a politics person, but I'm a people person.
Right.
And once my wife passed away, man, I was like, you know what? I wasn't this type of person that's being out like I am now. I was, smothering my family because I'm around there trying to win championships, and I don't have time to be worried about other people's problems, But when she passed away, they're kind of like, you know what? God is trying to talk to me and telling me something that I need to broaden my horizon, not just because I have dealt with a lot of kids, boys and girls, but when I stepped back and I came to Savannah, because the only thing I want to do, RG, and just one show, just blah, 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 and then I'm done. But man, when I came back to Savannah and I've been there off and on for 11 months, and I see what I see.
Yeah.
What I see, I don't like it. And I get like most elderly folks coming to me, talking to me, and I'm crying and this. So don't y'all talk to me or you about, about how we is, because we real. I always try to be professional in every way, always. And I am professional. Just because I do a lot of cussing, that's a professional cussing. You know what I'm saying? And for people to come at people, and Savannah's like this, for people to come at people all kind of way, and you just running for a race to try to help people, not try to hurt people. And for the people that's running and trying to find stuff in people's livelihood, going way back to their childhood, everybody done made a mistake.
Okay? Oh yeah.
Everybody done made a mistake. So at the end of the day, I'd rather I'm professional when I win, and I'm professional when I lose.
Right.
I don't like losing, but I'm not going to go and just totally destroy somebody's lives on this.
Right.
That's unacceptable, RG. That is unacceptable.
I agree.
What they doing, and they know what they doing, man, is unacceptable to destroy somebody's character that you don't know. And the only thing you're trying to do is win a race, and they don't pay that much money, man, please. But I'm like this, RG, and I'm gonna let you say it.
No, you're fine. Take your time.
I'm gonna say this here. When you come at me, RG, make sure you come with a loaded. Because if you come and you ain't loaded, trust me, I ain't gonna spare you. I would not spare you.
And you got more to come behind you.
Yeah.
Before they even get to us.
Absolutely.
Look, they ain't even you gotta get your big man. You still ain't got the us.
Hey, you definitely got the big man. Big man,
big
man, they like Savannah State, a couple guys said, man, big man, you ain't big man like you, big man. Big man is just like big man. Say what's on his mind. Big man don't play. Big man, I didn't he's a very, very knowledgeable, smart young man.
I like him. He come with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come with it. Big man told me, hold up now.
I know.
Look, I like that. But listen, I agree with you. You know, I tell people what's so interesting to me is when the cameras are on, you know, and I'm gonna use this. Let me use this, y'all. So we're talking about the elections here in Savannah. We're gonna broaden it out in a minute because I got a clip about Kasim Reed. But I don't know if people noticed this, but Van and his puppets, it's only the 5 incumbents and maybe 2, you know, Rossiter and Carol who follow behind them. But people haven't realized when the cameras are on, then they want to be civil. When the cameras are off, then y'all want to act like y'all got no sense. Have y'all noticed that all of the new candidates, except for maybe 2, are kind of pro Keisha? And that's because Keisha brings good energy. Keisha's being honest. He's telling the truth. In fact, I've been impacted by what you just talked about, the lies. I remember somebody came up and told me, because you know the streets talk. You know, it was a rumor out here that I'm not even from Savannah, so I had to dispel that rumor. You know, my family dates back to the 1800s. In fact, my dad and mama were one of the first families in the 5th district, so I had to dispel that. Then it was a rumor, oh, he lived with his mom and all that. Yeah, I do. I live with mom and daddy. Daddy passed a year ago, but guess what? Unlike certain incumbents, I take care of my family. I don't have my family out here lingering and all that. So, you know, I don't agree with that back and forth stuff and all that crazy, because it's not called for. It's about what are the issues and what can you do for the community? Like I tell people, you want to know me, I stopped my dream job. I was making good money. Start my dream job to come take care of my mother and father. If that don't tell you who I am, then I don't know what it is. Yeah. And that's just who I am. I believe in making sure people are okay. But I want to go to this clip real quick. And when you were talking, it dawned on me that, you know, I call Van Johnson Lil Kasim. And what Kasim Reed has done in Atlanta is exactly what's going on here. So let me find this. Okay. Let me play this video so people can see it. And you'll see what I'm talking about.
We show up for our patients, our communities, for each other.
Here we go. Uh-oh, hold on, y'all.
Wix is your platform to perform on.
Here we go.
My heart is saying I'm going to allow you to ask your question, step up and ask your question, and that will be the last question.
Hey, Mo, I'm sorry. I've got to leave. We had to stop at 7:15.
Okay. All right. Well, if you would write your question down, we'll get it to the candidates. As well.
I'll stay and listen to your question.
Okay, you can ask after. Do you have time? Do you want to make a closing statement real quick as you walk out?
Excuse me. Before you leave, Mayor Reed. Before you leave.
Okay, let's remember to be respectful of everybody, please.
Hey, but that word respectful, civility.
Oh, okay.
So I'm asking you before you leave. Okay? Before you leave. My name is Bertha. My husband is Robert Darden. We are the last homes, the last house, I put it like that, of the flood victims that you called us in 2013. And you came out in a Winnebago to address the flood victims, to assure us that we would not have to leave our homes, we would not have to move out our homes, and we would not be displaced. Those are the words that came out of your mouth to me and my husband. 30 years retired citizen of the city of Atlanta. And you told us point blank, and I said, Mayor Reed, you said we would not have to move out our home. And I said, I'm going to hold you to that. I said, I'm going to hold you to that. I did just like I'm doing now. I said, I'm going to hold you to that. Mayor Reed, few years later, we get letters saying, we want to buy your house. I said, buy the house. You just told us we didn't have to move out our house. Tanya Washington's house never flooded. But our house, basement flooded. And you said we'll never have to move. And then we get sued. The code inspectors come out.
Come on, sound like
trying
Savannah.
to find fault to condemn our house. To force us saying that if this is not done, and that is not done, they're going to charge us $200 a day until it's done, or else within 30 days, you will be evicted under your administration. Now, Mary, I trusted you. I voted for you when you was mayor.
Mm-hmm.
And then for your administration to come in our community to force families out of their homes by using eminent domain. And then come to find out after we went to court, they withheld evidence that we could have used to resolve it, but then sent the documents after the city ruled in favor of taking our home.
That's Savannah.
Took a name off the deeds to our home.
Yes.
And here we are, seniors. Where are we gonna live?
Yes, God.
Where are we gonna stay?
Mm-hmm.
You told us we didn't have to move out of our home. You was working on a short-term and long-term plan. That's what you told us. And then your engineers lied. They lied in court. Your engineers lied in court. Because we hired an engineer, 40-year experienced engineer, went through those documents, found the evidence under your administration. So, Kasim Reed, I want to know why you're trying to get back in office again. To lie some more? To lie some more?
Come on.
Because we have heard all the lies we can. From you and your administration. And it's not right. And it's not right. And it's not right. And like I told you before, when in this case, it's going to be divine exposure for you.
Come on, lady.
There you go.
That's it.
Yes.
What you gonna do now?
The notion that I didn't
What you gonna do now?
respond
Let me
to
put
Ms.
something.
Isn't true.
Okay. So, you know, if see what Van and his people do, and what Kasim did, I call him little Kasim. They want you to be civil and be nice and be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
But when we're quiet and we're nice and all that, stuff like that get swept under the rug. Your developers who are buying you out get to have their way. And it's people, we're doing that right now at Savannah. He's lying, Estella's lying, and they're out here doing stuff behind folks' back, and y'all is no different than what that lady went through in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Y'all said it can't happen here, it's happening now.
Yeah. And you know what's so crazy? I remember that. I've been here for 40 years. I seen it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Every time, and I'm gonna get flack on what I'm about to say, but I really don't care. Every time you put a black face in leadership, you putting a disgrace to our black community, because they ain't gonna do nothing for you. They gonna lie. They're gonna take paper bags. They're gonna do whatever it takes. And I'm like this in RG. My best friend in the world is white. Okay, I got white friends. Mm-hmm. I have white partners. You know what I'm saying? I got black, Asian, all that. I have never had to sit down and talk to my white friends about prejudice, about anything that involved me. And when I sit and we talk, you know what they tell me? He said, Coach Brown, hey, we love you. We will always have your back. Mm-hmm. Period. Let a black person tell you some shit like that. And then when you need him, what happened? Van Johnson is a snake. And people always they'll come in with, wait, what you got against Van and this and that and all that. Let me tell y'all something right now. I don't have nothing against the man. I just don't like the man. Because I raised up in him, and I seen what Reed did. I seen what these black folks did. I seen it. I seen it. I was on the step and seen it. Yeah. And for me to come back to Savannah, Georgia, and RG and see the same thing. Yeah. In the same color. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Well, and that woman, that woman lost her house. Yeah, I know she did.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah. Just like what's going on in Hilton Head. Alicia had a list up you were out there with her. Well, they were taking folk home. Most of those, 90% of those homes were in the West Side. And I'm gonna be very personal. A lot of this is two ways to it. You have a probate court that helps out that displaces our homes, because I'm going through it right now, and the only reason they really can't run up on me is because I check stuff, because it's my, and I told the thing that this is the part. Let me back up. This is the thing that hurts me the most, and it drives you to tears. That lady lost her house. She said, "Where am I going to live?" Y'all, these are elders in our community. These are people that without them, we wouldn't have the freedoms we have today. These are people who have helped us have. Where am I going to live today? And all he could do is sit there. Same thing like this administration and this 5th District Alderman. They don't care. They don't care even much about their own family, much less other people. So I beg the question of this administration: where do y'all want people to go? Because as I tell people all the time, in 1964, my daddy and mama built this house. They couldn't go to Ardsley Park and all, and Georgetown and all that. So where are these people supposed to go? I had a lady in Tatumville. I sat with this lady in Tatumville, and she cried. She cried. And she cried because she couldn't understand why was these property taxes going up. And I voted for this lady so many years. She cried because now I got to figure out, do I eat? Do I get my medicine? Because I got to pay this high property tax. But she says it's not going down. So where are these people supposed to go?
Yeah, and that's true. I was talking to a friend of mine, right, RG. I said, man, I got to I take a break from Savannah because Savannah drained me. I said, I come to Atlanta because it don't drain me. I'm happy, and it just make you feel comfortable, especially when you're in your own place. And when I say own place, I mean the whole city of Atlanta is my own place. Every time I pull up and it says 75 South to Atlanta, Georgia, I be smiling. Seriously, and they showed me so much love, man. I had a great time last night. It was like this here, man. I got two personalities. I got one personality where, I can go in Atlanta, Georgia, and stay on my step in my deck and spend the rest of my life. Don't worry about nobody. Take care of myself, my daughter, and we have a great time for the rest of my life. And then I have another personality in Savannah, Georgia, where I see what they're doing to us as Black folks in Savannah, Georgia. And I can't sit around and let this happen. My heart is too big for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I got invited to a seminar November the 4th. And I'm going to say, Diane Harvey Johnson invited me. And I will be there. And I'm just going to keep it real. It's because, man, I'm telling you right now, RG, Savannah need a state of emergency for Black people. Savannah, Georgia is in trouble. And they thinking I'm just saying, no, I'm not. I believe it and I see it. If I see it in 11 months and y'all been down there for your whole life and y'all don't see it, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you, RG.
That's it. That's it. And so what we're talking about civility. And so we played Kasim. Now I want to show you little Kasim. Little Kasim, who doesn't care about the homeless, who lies about everything, who did what little Kasim Reed did, but then will sit there and talk about civility. And everywhere he goes on the campaign trail, he talks about, well, I've never gotten an ethics complaint, and I've always acted the way you want it. It's because you've been paid to be a puppet. You and the 5th District Alderman have been paid to be puppets. But let me show you. See what I'm going to expose, because see, I got on this platform here. My job is to be a little broader in the 5th District. So I'm about to expose. This is just one example of how this mayor and this 5th District Alderman disrespect their colleagues on council. In fact, they get up and leave meetings when certain people talk. But I want to use this example. We had Alicia Blakely. Miller Blakely, I done mixed up all kind of names. Alicia Miller Blakely trying to advocate for the Black community, because we don't get city contracts, because we don't get a seat at the table, because Black folk are always left out. But she was trying to advocate for Black folk to get some funding, and he just shut her down. But this is the civility they want you to see. Hold tight. Hold tight. Let me hit play on this thing.
It was made a part of the public record each year. When we determined our legislative options, that information was made available to each member of council. Again,
I didn't agree with it then, and I don't agree with it now.
Well, it wasn't about you agreeing, it was about you reading it.
I read it.
Well,
and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying, because what should have been put in there was not put in there, Mayor Johnson. There's nothing in there for African American tourism.
Which is fine.
Well, of course, that's fine to you.
Well, what I'm saying to you is
anything involving African Americans is fine with it.
Well, that's
we don't get what we need is fine
guess what?
with you.
Guess what? This is what the council is upon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen
Wow.
that. And you know what? I'm telling you, Audrey, I swear for God, and this is the truth. When I seen that, it did everything in my power to not leave Savannah, Georgia this weekend and come up here in Atlanta, because I got something else that I need to do, definitely need to do in Atlanta. When I seen that, man, I swear for God, I was going to have a talk with this young man. I mean, all he do is disrespect our black folks, disrespect the black women. I'm telling you right now, whether he win or lose, RG, I am not stopping. This thing with me and him is personal, and it's going to stay personal, because he's not right. He is not right. So, hey, like I always say, RG, and I always say this, what look like us ain't for us. And let me say this here right now, and at the end of the day, I have never in my life, I'm 61 years old, I have never in my life have any beef with any white person ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. I ain't got nothing against them. I don't like some of the things they do. I don't like some of the things they say. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I take this personal, man. I take this personal the way you talking to our black women, the way you talking to. You ain't talking to no white woman like that, no Asian woman like that. And you know what it is? He got low self-esteem within himself, because he tried to find himself, because he don't know what he want to be. And that's just straight up. I done ran across a lot of people like that. A lot of people where men's rather abuse a woman because they don't know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm a very, very against domestic violence. Trust me. If I'm in front of you, put your hand on a woman, it's on like popcorn.
Yeah.
For him, I think he's down there. He's misusing his power.
Right. There you go. That's
he's
it.
Misusing his power.
Yeah.
And Estella, Linda, Nick, Pat, Levitt, Pewdy. Pewdy. I call him Pewdy.
I know.
He got them where he want them. That's why he fights so hard to become mayor again. That's why he's fighting so hard for Stella to win that district that you running for. Right. That's why he fights so hard for Alicia and to lead. But he can't do nothing with Bernetta, because it's nobody running against us. So she if you keep one down there by themselves, then they're thinking, okay, we got this. But you know what, RG? And I'm gonna let you talk. You know what, RG? Mm-hmm. They don't realize we got God.
That's it.
God sent me to Savannah, Georgia to raise hell.
That's
and I'm gonna raise hell until we come together and get Van got to go.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's like this him. Even if he win or don't win, it's trouble. That's why I'm telling y'all need to vote for the 68 mayor of Savannah, Georgia, Keisha Gibson Carter. This woman, man, if y'all tune in tonight on my show, where America After Dark, the final interview, man, I have never seen this woman like this before, man. Crying. And I'm telling you, RG, this guy got to be stopped.
Well, here's my thing with him and with Dietrich. It's personal. One, he's just not. I don't understand how you civil, but you can allow a white male or anybody for that matter to stand in front of a sister and call him a ghetto black bee. When he did that, I'm telling you, I wish I had been on council, because I would have ran up on him and said, say it again. Say it one more time so I can throw you over that banister. Do something. Mm-hmm. Now, because my thing is this, and you take it how you want. Because, see, I got a black mama back there, too. And I wish you would. I wish MF would call my mama a ghetto black me in front of me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, you have a black wife, black woman I have. All us got black grandmamas. You ain't gonna call nobody grandma. You call one of the 80-year-old black grandma or ghetto black bitch and see if you don't get cooped upside your head by them. That's disrespectful to the community. And for two black males to sit there and not say, now I'm not saying they gotta do nothing, but you're out of order.
Something.
You out of order.
Yeah.
Way out of order.
Yeah. Yeah. And it did, man, I'm telling you right now, I'm a lightning bolt, man. I am. And for me to sit there, RG, at that debate at Georgia Southern, and seeing this man in person and knowing that he disrespected this black woman, it did me everything in my heart not just to sit to the seat. And everybody was saying, be nice, be nice, be nice. Because I ain't gonna let you or no other color disrespect this woman in public or privacy, and to say the things he said. He should have been talking about his mama and not talking about her.
Well, you heard it here first. You heard it here first. But the sad thing about it is what makes me so lost with black folk in the city, and I'm gonna go there, y'all, especially black women. How can you sit there knowing that you got a black person at mayor who is a puppet of developers, who does nothing for the black community, who will not defend you, who will not defend when a white man calls her a derogatory name, who supports a racist, and you're going to still sit here and vote for him, but yet y'all want to call this woman out and hold her to a standard up here, but she's done nothing but speak out against your issues, and you mad at her because the media told you to be mad at her. You're not mad at her because you got an issue with her because she did something wrong. You mad at her because the establishment said y'all got to be mad at her. She's our community. In fact, Bernard, she from Savannah. So this is another part of it. How are you gonna let somebody come into your house from another state and disrespect your sister and your person and win for mayor? That's like letting somebody come in your house, call your cousin a dog, and you do nothing about it. So how are we going to let this man come into her house in Savannah and beat her at mayor? Something wrong with that picture.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. And it's like this here. It's not, trust me, this ain't got nothing black and white in Savannah, Georgia. This ain't got nothing to do black and white. Like I always tell people, I got all kind of races in my family. This ain't got nothing to do with that. Trust me, at the end of the day. And what I'm about to say too, I'm just keeping it real. If I was in a war and I have a black person that I don't know, and then I have a white person that I don't know, and I'm in a war and I had to choose sides, man, please, what side I'm gonna choose? I know for a fact he gonna stay right there and he gonna fight for me. The person that look like me, he gonna try to fight for himself and turn his back on me. And that's what Van Hap did. He have turned his back on the black community. And I seen it. I seen it in Atlanta, Georgia. I seen it in Chicago. I seen it in Detroit. I seen it in Maryland and Washington. And you know why I say I seen it? Because all of them black.
Yeah.
All of them black.
Yeah. And it's sad. But let me go to these comments right here. And I'm going to play another clip. I want to talk about our 3rd district alderman because I'm going to go there. Is it a fact that Alicia and Bernetta are endorsing Robert Bryant? Yes, Mr. McMasters. That is absolutely true. I am so thrilled to have their support because, one of the things, and let me say this, but one of the things I believe in that Keisha, Bernetta, and Alicia doing, I have been behind closed doors in some meetings with them, not city council meetings, but meetings where I have literally heard and seen the absolute foolishness of what's going on. I mean, our communities get left completely out of the conversation. You want to talk about the fairgrounds piece? That's nothing but a smoke and mirrors, foolishness, debacle messed up by this current alderwoman. Then you want to talk about SCAD. How is it that you're going to take $3,000 from SCAD's president? It is well known that SCAD has bought Montgomery Street, which puts Can Park, Fowler Park, Silver Terrace, and Tatumville in jeopardy. But you sit up here and you line these folk face, and you want people to want me to be civil about it. Okay, I'll be civil about it. But when I get you to the next debate, the next forum, I'm going to jack you up in the words because you lie. Then you got a person who comes. This is what blows me. You got a person who think they know everything gonna come in there with a binder built by what's her name? Miss Gould built the binder for her. But then you want to come up here and I'm supposed to be civil while my people getting put out. I'm gonna play that video from Atlanta again because we got new viewers. But let me go to this one real quick for a minute. Hold on for 1 second, Bernard, because I want see we talking about civility.
Yeah.
We talking about civility today. I don't think this is civil. So hold on.
Break that down again.
Hold on.
Break the meaning.
Hold on. Let me get this going for us. Hold on.
Y'all can call it what y'all want to call it.
Hold on. We're gonna talk about civil. Hold on. We're gonna come back to that, but let me play this one real quick here, because this is a part of that civility crew. They want y'all to think this is civil. And this is a thank you to Better Savannah for this. Better Savannah.
About to raise some hell up in here. So yeah, I'm gonna call the police. I'm gonna call everybody, and y'all can call it what y'all want to call it. Only reason I call it, it's not petty, because people complain about this store all the time.
Yes, ma'am.
They give people tainted stuff. If they could do me like that, they do everybody like that. I'm going nowhere. I want my money. I'm about to have a community project on this corner right here. I'm about to call all my friends and do some lifestyle stuff, because that's what they do. I just want my receipts back.
Okay. Let me go find out.
And tell them I want my food that I paid for back too. I'm up there raising hell about my money. This raggedy song stuff that they give people all the time, and won't give a refund with receipts.
Put it on the floor in there.
That's civil. That's civil right there, y'all. That's civil.
Y'all stick around here till she leaves.
Now stick around here till she leaves. Come on now. Is that what you want? Is that the civility we want, Savannah? Is that the civility we want in Savannah? When the officer got to say stick around till she leaves, that's ghetto. That's just ghetto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I want to say this here too, RG. And you know, I'm always like I say, you have to be professional on everything you do, and that it don't matter where you live at or anything. You have to treat people right, especially people that raise us, our mama, our grandmama, our great grandmama. At the end of the day, RG is back. Hey, RG, I'm gonna say this here. It's like, you know, I always stay on your butt, man. We got
Right.
text. I stay on you, because you like a little brother to me. And I'm like, if I can't keep it real with you, who I can keep it real with? I came under Benny Mitchell Jr. Okay, Reverend Benny Mitchell, one of the greatest man that ever lived, that came through Savannah, Georgia. They throw that man under the bus. They dragged him. They told lies on him and everything. When a person doing the right thing, they're gonna try to destroy him, his character and everything. And you know what, Jamal? You know what, RG? All that came from the black folks.
Yeah.
The white folks don't say nothing. You know why the white folks don't say nothing in Savannah, Georgia? Because I was in a white person faith from Savannah, Georgia, and he told me white folks are just doing fine in Savannah. Mm-hmm. We good. We good. And this is the flat out truth. And so white folks ain't in this fight. It's us in this fight fighting against our own damn people.
That's it. That's it. I'm gonna go this, and y'all. I want all our new viewers to stay tight, because after this, I'm going back to that video, Bernard. Van destroyed decorum by taking away agenda access. And what that means, I want people to understand what that means. Everybody knows when you go to a meeting, you have an agenda. So that's your schedule of things you talk about. And so at one time, before Van, all the 16 years of Van was in the office and doing nothing, the agenda was 3 people voted. As long as you had 3 people to vote, it could go on the meeting agenda just to talk about the issue. He gets in the office and changes it to 5 people. And then the three minority women who just want to talk about equity, the 3 minority women, or what I call by minority women, is they're the minority of the ideas. Mm-hmm. They just want to talk about equity policies, but he don't want to talk about that. He want to talk about and make sure he's protecting the developers so that things like what we're about to show happens. And so what gets me when we talk about civility, if you hungry, or if you see your people hungry, or if you see your communities being sold, how civil would you be? But hold tight, y'all. I want y'all to see what Kasim Reed does in Atlanta, because it's going on here. So you're going to hear us say little Kasim Reed. Little Kasim Reed is Van, because that's what he's doing. So y'all hold tight. Let me hit play on this again, because I want people to really get it today.
and that will be the last question.
Hey, Mo, I'm sorry. I've got to leave. We had to stop at 7:15.
Okay,
So
all right. Well, if you would write your question down, we'll get it to the candidates, as well.
I'll stay and listen to your question.
Okay, you can ask after.
Convey
do you have time? Do you want to make a closing statement real quick as you walk out?
Excuse me, before you leave, Mary.
Be respectful of everybody, please.
You was not going to let me ask my question.
Oh, okay.
So I'm asking him before you leave, okay? Before you leave. My name is Bertha. My husband is Robert Darden. We are the last homes, the last house, I put it like that, of the flood victims that you called us in 2013. And you came out in a Winnebago to address the flood victims, to assure us that we would not have to leave our homes, we would not have to move out of our homes, and we would not be displaced. Those are the words that came out of your mouth to me and my husband. 30 years retired citizen of the city of Atlanta. And you told us point blank, and I said, Mary, you said we would not have to move out of our home. And I said, I'm going to hold you to that. I said, I'm going to hold you to that. I did just like I'm doing now. I said, I'm going to hold you to that. Mary, few years later, we get letters saying, we want to buy your house. I said, buy the house? You just told us we didn't have to move out of our house. Tanya Washington house never flooded. But our house, basement flooded. And you said we'll never have to move. And then we get sued. The code inspectors come out trying to find fault to condemn our house, to force us, saying that if this is not done, and that is not done, they're going to charge us $200 a day until it's done, or else within 30 days, you will be evicted under your administration. Now, Mary, I trusted you. I voted for you when you was mayor. And then for your administration to come in our community. To force families out of their homes by using eminent domain. Mm-hmm. And then come to find out after we went to court, they withheld evidence that we could have used to resolve it, but then sent the documents after the city ruled in favor of taking our home. Took a name off the deeds to our home. And here we are, seniors. Where are we going to live? Mm-hmm. Where are we going to stay? But you told us we didn't have to move out of our home. You was working on a short-term and long-term plan. That's what you told us. And then your engineers lied. They lied in court. Your engineers lied in court. Because we hired an engineer, 40-year experienced engineer, went through those documents, found the evidence under your administration. So, Kasim Reed, I want to know why you're trying to get back in office again. To lie some more? Because we have heard all the lies we can from you and your administration. And it's not right. And it's not right. And like I told you before, when in this case, it's going to be divine exposure for you. And my question is, what you going to do now?
Yeah. What you going to do now?
What you going to do now?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. What you, hey, you know what, RG? It's like, I was born in Savannah, Georgia, but I was raised in Atlanta, Georgia, with Andrew Young and John Lewis and David Abernathy and, Hosea Williams and all these brothers. And I used to trap. I used to go to the Martin Luther King Center and just learn. And one person that, that I really and truly was close to was Hosea Wayne, because I worked at Emory Hospital for 20 years. And all the brothers that I'm talking about passed away, but they had to go through Emory, which is Crawford Long Hospital downtown. And that was their last lay. And they had to take him to the morgue. And so I'm looking at him because like I'm in the hospital because I was in the heart center and I deal with people with bad hearts. But when I seen him and I went in his room and we prayed, and I'm like, they did this man wrong, because you know what? Is this when you got a mouthpiece and you saying the right thing and you telling the people the right thing, they don't want to hear it. You know, I don't want to hear it because it's the truth. And I'm sorry that David Abernathy and Hosea Wham died without making amends with each other. But I guarantee y'all both of them in heaven right now making men. But the moral of the story is here. Let me tell you something, Van, in your game. What you do behind closed door will come to light. My mama always say, what you do in the dark will come to light. And it's gonna come to light one day that y'all are crooks, and the way y'all treated us as black people, not me, not you, because we can stand up for ourselves. What about that lady who just lost her house?
Bring you to tears.
What about the older people? Okay, they need somebody to fight for them. And if we don't fight for them, who gonna fight for them? They're gonna be dead and going laying in their grave with a sad face because somebody done did them wrong. Van is doing this black community wrong. I'm not even gonna say black community no more. Van is doing Savannah Georgia wrong. Van is doing Savannah, Georgia wrong. But the most of the blot is the black community. I'll give you two examples. White folks in Savannah, homeless white folks in Savannah choose to be homeless. Black folks homeless in Savannah ain't choose to be homeless because they ain't got nowhere else to go. They surviving. That's the difference between the white homeless and the black homeless. And like I say, I'm tired of saying the black community. So Van is doing a disjustice to Savannah, Georgia in itself. And the reason why we hit so home is because there's a person that look like us that's doing us wrong.
That's right. That's right. And you know, I want to tie to this real quick because I just got a text from Issa Jesus, who was reminding us about, you know, this piece here. How is it that y'all you see what so Kasim Reed, Stacey Failure Abrams, and Nikema Do Nothing Williams and Keisha I Lost Bottoms, all of them are Kasim Reed's folk. So you can tell me y'all gonna allow three people who have no understanding of the issues, who've done nothing for you, done nothing for the state of Georgia but lose and fail, come down here and endorse another failure. We got to stand up for our community. Big money ain't helping us do nothing but pad their pockets. In fact, all of them at least got $25,000 checks or more to come tell lies along with that failure. So what y'all gonna do?
Yeah. And you're absolutely right, RG. And I bring this up, too. You got these young ladies who supporting this other young lady. I'm talking about that. Come on. And I was telling why they always think the black community under the stupidest community in American history, where all we got to do is bring somebody that look like us and talk a bunch of hot noise and we gonna vote for them. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why they coming down here Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Y'all young ladies should get on y'all bus, take y'all $25,000 and come back to Atlanta, Georgia, where we don't like y'all, because I stay here and we talk about y'all. Stacey, you ain't. Trust me, you spend more time on Good Morning America instead of running for a governor race. That's why you lost.
That's right.
Keisha, you dropped the ball when that little black guy got killed at Burger King, and you got the heat, and the white police commissioner, she retired. Well, she quit. And then you got so much heat because you and the governor hitting head, and you quit. You quit on Atlanta, Georgia. You quit. You a quitter. So why did Savannah should believe you? And the other lady, trust me.
Don't nobody know her, but I can tell you this.
We don't know her.
Yeah, but I tell you this here, if Kwanzaa Hall is listening, Kwanzaa Hall, I hope you get your campaign ready to run for the congressional district in Atlanta, because we gonna beat Nikema Do Nothing Williams.
Yes, absolutely. Trust me. Hey, I don't know. Jamal must be talking about me.
Yeah, I guess
no, because I was on Jamal's show the other day, and RG, I'm gonna say this here. Y'all think we in Atlanta is crazy? No, trust me. We know what time it is. That's one thing about us. We ain't gonna let another face that look like us come in our community and try to tell us something, and then we gonna run out and vote for you. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. And since I got you here, RG, I always say, hey, I'm gonna have one-on-one with you. I want to ask you a question. I want you to really and truly explain yourself. Right now today on the Watchdog, explain yourself to people who you are, why you running, and why they should support you.
Yeah, man. I'll be honest. You know, I am born, raised, bred here in Liberty City. As I said, Daddy and Mama built this house in '64. We have been here to help develop the 5th District. In fact, I'll never forget. As I said earlier, I was in my dream job. I was a vice president for a school for diversity up in Virginia. And I came back. We knew Mama was going into Alzheimer's, but I never took it seriously. So I came back. It was right around the summer of 2019, and I saw Daddy was on a little walker, and Mama was he couldn't handle it. So at that point, that was a no-brainer. It's like, you got to come back and help my brother. And I'm very transparent about this. My brother's incarcerated, been incarcerated since I've been 14. So family is big to me. That's one thing we were born and raised. Family comes first. Before money, before any of that, family comes first. People come first. Come back here and ran for Public Service Commission. And that's all because of Jay Jones and me talking to Jay Jones and wanting to make a difference. You get tired of seeing people get hurt and kicked around and all that. I've never been one to be scared. And so I also don't like people getting kicked around and being bullied. So anyway, I jumped in that race. We didn't win. We did perform well. And then this is when I met Julius and all of them. And I'll never forget it. Before I came back, I remember her running the first time. I'm talking about the incumbent. And I thought about then, I said, I need to run against her because she hasn't done anything. But in my mind, I knew that would divide the Black community. And I don't want to do that. But now we move forward. And I see people like Pat Harris and Betty Jones and people like that. And folks who are elderly and seniors in our community who have consistently said, we don't have a seat at the table. We're being ignored. We're frustrated. We're getting lied to. Then I start meeting people like Mr. Fields and Mr. Hudson at Hudson Barbershop. And I start seeing elderly people and sitting in their living rooms and them crying, and children and young people. And you start feeling that. And so enough is enough. You got a person, and then I sat back and I said, you got a person who's been there 12 years who can't even sit there and give you a real answer but will lie to you. But now think about this. And I had to look at these things. You got somebody who's been in 12 years, and you got poverty that's at 37%. You have 3 of the poorest neighborhoods in the county, not the city, the county. You have a median income of $27,000, yet you're going to see somebody who votes to raise property tax. You got a person who wants to gentrify the area through the fairgrounds, and they're getting kickbacks and brown bags under the table. But then guess what? Oh no, you want to know what really fueled my fire? When she had her stupid attorney send me a letter telling me to cease and desist, and I told him what to do with that letter and put it right where the sun don't shine, because you don't scare me. And that's the kind of passion we need for the district. That's the kind of passion we need for the area. At the end of the day, you're not doing nothing. But then when you want to run up on me, it makes me even angrier, because you trying to silence me like you silence them, but you don't silence me because I ain't never scared. And so that's why I jumped into it, because it's not about Robert. I don't have the most money in the world, but you've been around me enough to know Mom and Daddy did well, so I'm okay. I'm okay. If I don't get another dollar today, I live a very good life. But it's for these young people out here, and it's for these elderly. And I'm gonna stop because I get emotional.
Yeah, no, I understand, and trust me. You, like I say, I'm the big dog. You the little brother, and I keep it real with you, and I tell you what you need to do, what you need to say, whatever. And I said, look here. I let me do all the rowdy. Let me do all that, because I was talking to Jamal and Jules and Mr. Brown. I always say, man, I'm tired. I mean, you coach for 26 years and dealing with kids, boys and girls for 26 years, you get tired, man, and you don't want to deal with no more other fight. Right. So I say, man, I'm just tired, man. I'm just going to let y'all y'all run this tight. So they said, nah. They said, you got to keep going. I don't care how tired you get. You got to keep going. We in it together. And I told her, I ain't gonna lie. I said, look here, man. I said, I'm a single man. I said, I love to drink my natural light and I love to go to strip clubs. That's all I want to do for the rest of my life, man. Hey, that's all. That's all, Jamal. And but I don't want to be selfish. It's just selfish on me to even, you know, be that way. But so that's why I fight so hard for the people in Savannah, Georgia, because I did everything I need to do. Atlanta, Georgia, and Russ, they good. Marietta, Cobb, all that, they good. Because Marietta basically, you know, is mixed now. It used to be all white, but it's mixed, and so they good. My fight is this, you know. I'll be selfish not to fight for my hometown, for the people that need us.
Well, and here's the thing, and I don't invoke this name a lot, but you know, a lot of you went to Tompkins. My uncle Crawford Bryant, he taught at Tompkins, and one thing he taught me, as well as Richard Moe, who I was raised by, as well as Clifford Hardwick. So she thought I was playing with it. I was raised by these people. Is that you don't sit here and you don't hurt people, especially when you got privilege. If you have a privilege and you're using that privilege for the wrong, then you there's a special place down south. You ain't talking about heaven, but you know, when you see people touting they have secured $91 million for the community, then but why is it that I see young kids out here who can barely understand what their apprenticeships are or what the careers are? These people don't want jobs. Jobs are just over broke. You have no vision. That's my problem, and I'm no longer afraid because you know the thing going back to the civility piece to Bernard, they talk about civility, but you've been to enough forums where I'm talking, your people out here making noise.
Yeah,
they're talking over me. So the simple thing to do is what I always do to them. I'll wait till you're done.
Yeah,
but see, I'm not gonna go back and forth and argue with you. I'm gonna take that seat because power is never given; it's taken, and we're gonna do right by the people. My motto is this, and I swear by it. You know one thing, I'm over here eating pretty good, but as long as I'm eating, everybody else gonna eat. And what that mean by it is city contracts. I want to see more black city contracts. Contracts go to black vendors. I want to see our communities get the funding they need to develop the roads, to be manicured lawns and have the trees pruned just like they do in Owsley Park in the landings. We are going to make sure our people in our communities eat, point blank, period. Yeah. And that's something that you haven't seen in probably since. I'm gonna tell you what somebody else said, and I'm not saying we're gonna be lacking. People say this all the time. We haven't seen real leadership in the 5th district since Deanie Frazier. Yeah. That's what they say. Yeah,
and not only that, you haven't seen real leadership just in Savannah itself. And you got this young guy, man. I love him, man. He's gonna be something. You got Todd Rose.
Yeah, man.
He's gonna be something. You got Rashonda Elvis, man. She's gonna be something. You know, you got those power, you know, and I hung out with them and the basketball, man, they are the new, and RG and y'all are the new leadership in Savannah, Georgia, because I guarantee you, Alicia and Keisha and Bernetta, trust me when I'm saying this, they tired, but they're not tired of fighting for us. And for y'all to take these young ladies and just throw them under the bus, the black community, y'all throwing them under the bus just like Van done throw y'all under the bus. You think this man care about y'all? This man gonna go back to New York City, live whatever he doing up there, and ain't gonna think about y'all no more. If you haven't did nothing in 20 years, what you think he gonna do something in 4 years? That's 24 years. Yep. Why don't you give a young lady 4 years of being the mayor of Savannah, Georgia? And if she don't do right, you gonna vote her out just like you gonna vote Van out. And then we'll go to the next one, and then we'll go to the next one until somebody get it right at the end of the day. I'm just being strictly honest. Here's
the thing, and we are born and raised here. I'm born and raised here, and I remember, I'm gonna say this out loud. Recycles was better than what we got now.
Oh man, oh yeah, Recycle was my boy. And let me tell you, Recycle was one of us, man. And back then, you know, we all did things we had no business to do. Right. But we can always depend on him to stick by Savannah Ray. You know what he do. And rest in peace. Trust me, man. Recyclers did what he had to do to make sure we all survived. Rather, some of the stuff was illegal, but at the end of the day, we did what we had to do. And I guarantee you, Van Johnson ain't no closer being recyclers.
Nobody.
And recyclers, recyclers, trust me, he was for Savannah, Georgia. Don't matter what color you is.
Yep. And recyclers, and the other one, Robbie Robinson. I think people remember Robbie. See, it's funny how people say you ain't from here, but how do I know them folk? Well, matter of fact, Robbie lived down the street from me.
Yeah.
So y'all want to talk about real leaders, people who did it right? Go back and look back then. See, they didn't have to sit here and do what the other people told them to do to develop. And the thing is, if y'all gonna take money from developers, at least have enough sense to get real money and put something in your community. Stop being so doggone greedy and then run around kissing Stacey Abrams behind and Keisha Lance Bottoms behind. Because what have they done other than lose? Like y'all.
Yeah. I remember. Let me tell you a story. I remember when I was with me and Benny Mitchell, I was the youngest person on the usher board, on the deacon board at Connerton Baptist Church, the youngest, because I was like fire. He was my role model, man. He taught me a lot, you know. And on his last day in his dying bed at Piedmont Hospital, I was right there with him, and he wanted to see me before he left. And I went to see him and Benny Mitchell and everything. A week later, he was gone. So God put you in places that you need to be at that time. So I went to City Hall, right? And I'm first time ever meeting John Recyclers. First time ever meeting him. So we were sitting there, it was just us three in the room, we talking. So I asked him, I said, I didn't know, because I was like 15 years old. And so I asked him, I said, what's a mayor? I mean, what the mayor do? I mean, I don't know. I mean, what mayor do and how I become a mayor? And I asked him, how I become a mayor? I'm like, so he said, he called me little. He said, look, it's not about, you know, how I become mayor or anything like that. He said, it's about treating people right, no matter what color it is. And that's why I invited Benny Mitchell here, and he brought you to let you know it's not about the color of our skin. It's about the character that we have to support and take care of people. I remember that. I'm 15 years old now,
right?
And I'm 61 now, and I'm remembering this. You know what I'm saying? So Van don't have no character whatsoever in him. He don't care. All developer. I ain't gonna blame the developer, because the developer can't do no more than what you're allowed them to do.
Right. That's it. All right, man. We're gonna hop up off of here.
It's time to go.
It's time to go. We'll be back next Saturday.
2 hours?
No, 1 hour. It's 1 hour. We'll be back next Saturday. Same time, same place. All right, next week. Hey,
tell them. Hey, give one word to your fifth district. Give one word, and then we'll leave.
One word for what?
To the fifth district.
Oh, vote. Vote for better. I got to give them 3. Vote for better.
There you go.
We'll see you next Saturday. Join us next Saturday.
Bro. All right. Y'all be good. Thank you. Thank you, bro.
All right now.
I like that.